Hello everyone and welcome once again to my site. Not long ago, after my last video here, someone said to me that the most important thing in life is to be saved. If you recall, in my last video I said that the most important thing in life was what you did to your neighbor and what your neighbor does to you in the interrelating. When you do something to someone, it's on the father side. It's what you give. It takes birth first in you. The blue side is you giving, you see. And that person is the red side. That person is where you are placing your star, your creation of whether it's a sentence, whether it's a book or an object or a car, a home, a job, whatever it is, it's on the father side. The eternal mother is the space. The objects in space, known as stars and suns and comets and so forth, are on the father side of the seesaw, and they come and go with each other. What is blank space now will someday have stars in it. And what is areas of the universe which have suns and stars in them now will someday be blank space. It is a system of breathing in, which is the father side, and breathing out, the mother side. It's giving out from you. Now, the idea of being saved is the subject I'm going to address at this very moment. And I'm going to read to you some of my meditations I did to show what being saved really is all about. Not until humanity learns that we must do things God's way in order to experience the balance of peace, unity, prosperity for everyone, and character. Character is what we like. We like being treated honestly and genuinely, authentically by other people. We are drawn to that type of person. A person who is deeply honest and treats us right from the beginning, we are drawn to that type of person. It develops the genius mentality that we are trying to develop without realizing it. We would love to be our true genius selves. Each person is like a beautiful oil painting or a beautiful song in the universe. Yes, it has individual notes, individual tones and colors, yet we are all bonded together, just like each piece of a stained glass window is a complete unity. Now, sin is what is thought of as being the thing we need to be saved from, or being a sinner. Sin is unbalanced. Sin is developed through ignorance of God's one way, God's wonderful balance. All things change that are in motion, but that is in stillness stays the same. It is the fulcrum. There is a set of laws in this universe that state you can't violate those laws without hurting yourself. You don't hurt God. You hurt yourself. You can't unbalance God's fully, eternally balanced universe. Any or even the slight attempt to do so results in pain. Anytime you feel pain in your body, and I do too, it is because of what you have done or what your ancestors have done that has developed that pain in your life. It is going against some sort of rule, and it's usually balance. Balance is the answer to every single problem you can think of. If you walk out in the woods and take this serious, what I'm saying, and meditate. Look up into the trees and see how the branches are curving around, trying to get out from under the one above it so it can soak up the light. It is seeking balanced light. And all of our pains teach us, each one teaches us that life should be lived a different way. Every war teaches us to start seeking peace. You can't be saved from what you made yourself into. Now that's the most important point of this video. You actually mark yourself, you've heard this 100 times from me, but you actually make yourself into what you are. And you don't need to worry about being blamed for that. Because the same particles that made you what you are will also make you into the genius self you are becoming. Everything changes. The particles that make up your body right now was once particles. Feel of your cheekbones. Every bone in your body was once particles of a great mountain somewhere. Watch the creation page on my site and you'll see that the mountains was Earth's attempt to get out of its way and get back into the beautiful balanced light. It created mountains. It was the inside of the earth seeking the light, just like your light. You seek the light. Because the universe doesn't blame you, you don't have to worry about being blamed. That is a pagan concept, that you should be blamed for your ignorance. Because when knowledge replaces ignorance, behavior realigns itself with that knowledge. We learn you don't do it that way. You do it God's way. God's way is always the balanced way. The inert gas pattern you created your sin with is simply a pattern. And that pattern can change and does change with every thought. You have wonderful, inspiring thoughts during the day. If you look at your pet with love before you leave for work in the morning, that love is marked on your pattern. The same as when you go out and get into road rage on the way to work, that road rage is also into your pattern. Therefore, our great sins is ignorance of God's beautiful and wonderful light of balance. Those who say, I don't believe in God, who claim to be atheists, if you poke around and watch, they do believe in beauty, the beautiful sunset. They do love their friends and their family. You don't have to worry about believing in God. Experience the light within and learn from your light. You can live a lifetime in your own cathedral without ever worrying about paying for a building or going somewhere else. Live within your cathedral and gain knowledge of God's balanced ways. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend.